Welcome to our home. We've been on the road for 9 months, spending the last 6 in our 2004 Lance 815. With a budget of $1,000, we fully repaired and renovated our home into the perfect truck camper for 2 people. Now it's time to show off our hard work with a tour of our tiny home on wheels. Subscribe if you're new here, and welcome to Living Large Camping.
I'm Amelia.
I'm Connor.
And this is our rig.
We bought it stock as it was from 2004, and we lived in it for about 4 months before we drove it to Texas to fully renovate the inside of it. We spent just at $1,000 renovating the whole camper. Let's go show you around. We looked out finding a 2022 Ram 3500 Tradesman. It has honestly been the perfect truck for our camper. We weigh, including the bumper, just under 11,000 pounds, so we're about 500 pounds under our total weight. We average anywhere from 9.5 to 11.5 miles a gallon consistently. Our truck is completely stock from factory except for 2 things, and that is our Outlaw Premium Bumper from Peacemaker Bumpers. We bought this to protect us from deer, and it also gives us a front-mounted hitch just in case we ever need to add any accessories. And the other thing that's not stock is the torque lift frame mount tie downs that secure our camper to the bed of the truck. Let me go show you those a little closer. So as we mentioned, we have the torque lift frame mount tie down system. We decided to go with the spring load XL tie downs instead of the fast guns because we never take our camper off at a campsite, so we didn't need the quick release function, but I do think they are very nice. When we got our new truck camper, we wanted the most secure system for keeping it in the bed of the truck, and in our opinion, that is the torque lift tie down system. Another great benefit for these is whenever the camper's off, we can remove the tie downs. That way it's not hanging outside of the truck, and it looks like it's just a stock truck from there.
And then the other thing we want to touch on are our jack stands. They are manual, so that's probably another reason why we don't take the camper off a lot. But if they were electric, we probably would, and it would make taking the camper off so much easier. Next to them is our propane. It is 20 pounds. And this runs our heater and our fridge. So in the summertime, we can go about 2 weeks until we have to fill it up. And in the winter, I would say 3 to 4 days because we run the heat pretty often as we reach -6 in Colorado snow camping. This is where our fresh water goes in. It can hold 18 gallons, as well as our hot water heater that is 6 gallons. We also have our plug for shore power, that is 30 amps, and our outdoor shower, which we hope to use in the summer. And then we also have our dirty dump hose out here.
Originally this was an outdoor battery box, but we have a different system inside, and we'll show you that here shortly. Nothing too crazy on the back of the camper. Over here we have the gray and black water dumps. There's a sewer hose outlet that we don't use because it's only like 2 feet long. It's honestly a waste. We also have our Brophy stairs. They came with our 4-wheel camper and we loved them, especially because Barkley can go up and down by himself, and the ones that came with the Lance were small, narrow, so we switched them out. Alright, now to show you the top of the camper real quick. Nothing too crazy, but let's take a look at it. Here we have a 180 watt solar panel. There's the vent for the fridge, 2 fantastic fans, and another vent on the bathroom area. We also have our Wii Boost mounted right here on the ladder, and the cables for the solar panel and the Wii Boost just run down the ladder and to the side of the truck.
The back of our camper is very dirty because we have been exploring all of Colorado, and that just shows it's well used. On the inside, it is nice and warm and pretty thanks to our $1,000 renovation. Let's go check it out.
Let's show you a quick before and after, and then we'll dive into it.
So welcome to the inside of our camper. It is much lighter than the pre-renovated versions. We spent about 2 months in Texas renovating it from old dark woods and fabrics that we just didn't really love, and this one fits our personality much better. If you guys are interested, we do have a whole playlist that goes a little bit more in depth with everything that we did, including painting and the horrible water damage we found in the front. Now we'll switch over to Connor to start the renovation tour.
Starting at the very back of the camper, we did replace the glass in the door with a see-through glass that has a sliding shade. It makes it really nice because now we have these full panoramic windows sitting in the dinette. We were able to reuse a few things from the old version of the camper to help reduce our costs in the renovation, and two of those things were the table and the foam in the cushions. We ordered new fabric to go around the foam, and then we just painted the table, we kept the trim, and it definitely brightened up this area. The table also swivels out to give us more room whenever we're eating, and it actually drops down into a second bed. It's about the size of a twin, probably a little bit smaller. We've yet to use it, but maybe someday we'll have company. We went with an outdoor material on the cushions, which we were hesitant with at first, but has proven to be very nice with spills and Barkley's dirty paws. It makes cleanup a breeze. One of the things that opened up this space tremendously was changing out the old, big, bulky RV blinds with these new shades that just drop down. Easy to install, and I think they're only like $30 for each set. And above the dinette, we have the upper head storage. We didn't change this area at all. We just painted it, and we each still have drawers with clothes in them, and then other miscellaneous items stored up there.
So speaking of paint, we did 2 coats of primer and 3 coats of white paint and blue paint in the kitchen. The reason we did that is so the paint was a little bit more durable. We knew the white could probably get scratched up and dirty, and because of the 3 coats, we're able to just wipe it off with soap, and it's like new. In our last camper, we did not have a bathroom, so having this bathroom is a much needed upgrade. It was something we definitely knew we needed, and it's the perfect size. For when we renovated it, we wanted to add a little bit of texture to the door, so we went to Lowe's and found these 1-inch trim pieces that are just a little rounded on the edges, and we love how it turned out. It's probably one of my favorite renovated features that we've done. Okay, so inside the bathroom, you can see that we didn't really do much renovations. The walls are plastic, so we didn't want to drill into them and cause any damage, so we just found other ways to store stuff. The one good thing that we have is a rod up top, so we hang our winter jackets just so they're easily accessible. And we also have this awesome toiletry bag that folds down and has easy access to get the things that we need to grab every day. Got these bins just for easy access, and they sit up here while we're not moving, but when we move they go on the ground because it would make a huge mess. And above our storage bins we have our shower. We haven't used it yet because we think we're going to use the outside shower much more, and Connor doesn't even fit. As you see, when he stands in the shower, he is bent down and it would be very uncomfortable. So the outside shower is something we will utilize way more than this one. The toilet is a 10-gallon Blackwater tank. We can go about a week until we have to dump it, which is pretty good for us. I'll give our bathroom a 10 out of 10. Over here we have our hanging closet. This keeps us really organized. We hang most of our jackets and sweaters and pants. We can fit quite a bit of pants on here, and it keeps them very skinny for more space. Down here we have our junk drawer. We keep headlamps and stuff that we want to access really quickly, lighters, and our cards. And that's all you need to know from that one.
And to heat this camper for all of our wintertime camping, we have a 13,000 BTU propane heater. It works really well. It kicks on and off all night long, which is kind of annoying because I always wake up, but it's never failed us. It keeps this camper nice and warm, and it's very efficient. We only have to fill our propane tank every 3 to 4 days, and this uses the majority of our propane. And this is the thermostat we use to turn the heater on. I wish we had a way to control it from the bed because certain times it's not needed all night long and we'd have to get out to turn it off. That's a small complaint we have. And for the main body of the camper, it is about 7 feet long, and then the extra foot is where the water tank is. The camper used to have an AC unit here, but the previous owner removed that and added 2 fantastic fans, which are great because they're very low draw and we don't ever plug in, so we don't need the air conditioners anyway. And since we do camp mostly off the grid, we are pretty harsh on our stuff, so it was very important to have a durable vinyl plank flooring in the camper. We loved the wood look. It was super easy to install. We used liquid nails underneath to make sure it doesn't move around at all. It's waterproof. and just kind of brightens up the space a little bit. We also were able to use the leftover flooring on our countertops. And here's our kitchen. It's rather small, but it has everything we need. It's got a 2-burner propane cooktop, a sink, a faucet, and that's it. There's no microwave, there's no stove, and both of those things were important to us because we're not going to use the oven here because they're very inefficient. We're never plugged in, so the microwave would be useless. And yeah, we get more storage. It's the perfect layout. And then we used stick-on smart tiles for the backsplash. It was a super easy install. I added a little bit of super glue in the corners just to help with areas that might start to peel, and it has honestly been great. In our kitchen storage, we keep all of our plates and cups over here. This is the majority of our dry food storage. We also have cooking oils and pots and pans below the stove. And under the sink, it's a very tight mess, but we keep a dehumidifier, some soaps, and then the water heater is back here as well. We're very pleased with the overall outcome of the kitchen area. It's a nice bright space. The vinyl plank floors as countertops has been very unique and it's holding up really well. And again, it's my favorite part of the camper. Here we have our tank monitor. We've got an 18-gallon freshwater tank, an 11-gallon gray water tank, and a 10-gallon black water tank. We can see all of these here. It's got a battery monitor on there, but we don't use the outside battery compartment. And then we also have a radio that's wired into 4 speakers in the camper. I wish it had Bluetooth. We thought about replacing it. Maybe we'll do that someday down the road. We built a small platform over our Goal Zero 3000X. That way we have another shelf to store items whenever we're on the road. And this is the thing that powers the whole entire camper. So let's look at that a little closer. Here's our Goal Zero Yeti 3000X. Currently we have a heated blanket plugged into it that is keeping the battery at an optimal temperature during the cold weather. The battery has been awesome for the camper. It runs it anywhere from 4 to 7 days, depending on how much power we're drawing, and we've had 0 issues with it so far. The camper came equipped with a 120 to 12 volt inverter, but we disconnected that and plugged it into the Goal Zero, and that runs all of the 12 volt systems in the camper. And here's our Norcold 3-way refrigerator. It was replaced in 2017 by the previous owner, which is fine with us because it's very efficient and a little bit newer. It's empty right now because we're about to go shopping, but it holds at least 3 to 7 days worth of food, all of our condiments and everything like that, and it runs very efficiently on the propane setting.
I gotta wash my head because I hit it on this thing every time. Okay. So, welcome to the bedroom. We didn't do too much renovation up here other than some white paint and these end tables on either side of our beds that Connor built because of the front water damage that we had. This side we have these great storage compartments that we also added little cubbies to be more organized. And we also have these awesome bins to put more of our clothes in. They have a little divider so we can keep things separate. And like I said, we're organized. The thing that we loved about this camper is there are tons of windows. Each side has a big window that opens up, and we have the emergency escape hatch, which also, if we have all of them open in the summer, provides a great amount of airflow. The only time we really open this is if the stars are really nice and if Connor sees a wild animal. Then on my side, we have about the same thing. We have this overhead compartment. I have more stuff up here. And the big storage bin with the dividers as well. The two big things that we changed were the curtains and the side tables. So curtains were just something we really wanted to get rid of. So we found these gorgeous fabric that we didn't even need a sewing machine for. We just found no-sew iron-on tape and these curtain clips, and that was it. Easy peasy. The side tables that Connor built look perfect. We put our books and kind of really anything else that we want to access throughout the night. Tissues are a must, and they're very stable and sturdy. So like I said earlier, we did find some water damage in the left front of the camper, which was a huge bummer, but luckily everything was salvageable. Connor did a great job putting it all back together, and I think it looks pretty great. If you guys are interested in learning more about how we found the water damage and how we rebuilt it, there is a full video on it, and it shows you all of the moldy wood that you would ever want to look at. So that's it for the bedroom. We love what we did with the place. We made it nice and cozy, and I love hanging out here in the morning with my coffee and enjoying the view out of these amazing windows. Wow, that concludes our tour of our renovated Lance 815. We hope you guys enjoyed everything that we've done. If you have any questions about this renovation process, please leave them in the comments below and we'd be happy to answer them.
We think it was very important to live in this camper full-time before renovating it because there's certain things we probably wouldn't have changed, or we would have added stuff that we didn't actually need. So we're very thankful for that, and we think this is the perfect camper layout for 2 people. It's lightweight, it's easy to move around, and you don't need a full 1-ton truck, although it does help.
If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and join us for all of our adventures. We post at least once or twice a week, so be sure to subscribe for those.
If you've been around for a long time and you really love this channel, we did start a Patreon account to help with our gas bill. We try to travel to the best places, and that adds up very quickly with these prices right now. Either way, we're so thankful you're here, and we hope you join us next week.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Hope you have a large day.
See ya.